Okay, so I've got this thing quite a bit smaller here. So, taking a torch, I mean, you would want to use fire historically. However, I can't build a fire in the garage. So, I'm just going to use this. So, what we're going to do is just kind of give this a little torching. And then stick it in the socket. And then see areas that it's rubbing off. There's a little spot there that's a bit high. So I'm just going to take a flake and shave that off. So I'm using a flake instead of the spoke shave here because I kind of just, I kind of tactically want to shave off some specific areas where it's catching so that it keeps that nice friction fit in there. So that's pretty good, actually. Surprising. So I'll take a little bit more off. So one thing I'll touch on here, there's a lot of different ways foreshafts were made. I know this is one way. Another way was using antler. I believe there's a Clovis example. See if I can find it, link it in the video or something. You guys can check it out. But we're just gonna see here how that fits like a glove. So that Foreshaft is good to go. Fits right anyways. So the next step will be cutting a notch for the projectile point in the tip of it. So yeah, but there's multiple ways. Well, one way was just not doing it. There's an example from the Yukon that was found in an ice patch. That kind of what they did was this, because in that area there's not a lot of large sticks that grow very well. It's cold permafrost. That actually take longer pieces and cut them at an angle, like a 45 or so. Probably not that steep, a little less steep, but they take them and then they'd kind of overlap them and then lash them together with sinew. And that's how they make them. And those examples don't actually have foreshafts. They just use that, and I suspect that's probably because they could take the front end that the projectile point was lashed to, and just take this part off if it broke, and then put another piece on there. You're good to go, ready to rock and roll. But yeah, the sinew was used there, and I mean, real tight. I mean, clearly it was working. They were using it. So that's pretty cool. And another way that they did foreshafts, I think there was one piece. So they'd actually take antler or horn and cut one piece with a diagonal, and then probably more confusing the way I'm describing it, but one piece would be angled and longer and one piece would be a little bit shorter, and they'd come in together kind of like that. So they come together, you'd have one angled piece and kind of hold it together like that. So there's different ways to do it. There's not a lot preserved on the plains, unfortunately, so this is kind of the way that we're doing it this time. Yeah, just there's a lot of different ways, and see if we can't link a couple videos that show you the other ways that are done. So next part of the video will be cutting the notch in here, so I'll see you then.